to a world of possibility, where Mother Nature feeds your soul with tranquility. You'll fall in love like Juliet and Romeo. So come on, go on and give it a go.
Rebellious? I think so. In some ways.
I think it's the spirit of rock and roll. We get loud and slap bass, drums, it's always loud. So rebellious, mainly, I wouldn't say in a negative term of it.
No.
I would say maybe in the challenging spirit. We challenge...
well, just the cross-pollination of the four genres that we have is in a way a little bit rebellious.
Yes, in the music, that's right. Number one, because we created a new genre, so we didn't want to do what's conventional, although we're using conventional genre.
Yeah.
Now I will say more it's the spirit of rock and roll and the spirit of pushing the limits and the spirit of making people think with our lyrics.
Well, I think unconventionally speaking, definitely for me, being a jazz girl who's gone into this and have taken a clarinet that I revisited since I hadn't since college, and I've kind of turned it upside down and run it through guitar effects and play colored instruments, and some people don't take it seriously, like some legit players, and that's okay. Everybody has their place, but I think that's super unconventional. I mean,
it sounds good.
Yeah,
and it sounds good. It brings a lot of color and a different sound instead of only guitar.
It's supposed to be fun, it's a way of expression and maybe being uplifting, and maybe that in and of itself is so rebellious because of the divisive times we're living in, and it's easier to give in to negativity than it is to gravitate toward positivity.
Yeah, as well, I think the unconventional is the fact that we mix different genres. So that was important to us when we created that genre. Mixing, so we have the liberty to wander as a improvisation, to wander towards more each genre. It could be approach of a country, could be approach of a jazz, could be approach of a more 50s or more.
Yeah, because how many clarinets were used in that type of sound with that slap bass? So that that's pretty much what's the rebellious part, the unconventional part of what our music is. For me, the skills is that I learned mainly listening is important. Developing my listening so I can communicate with other musicians while I'm playing, because it's a dialogue between musicians towards between human beings towards other human beings, the public. And then always rely on myself among the unit to perform correctly, make sure I do my part correctly, and communicate, whether it's eye contact, smile. These are the things that I pay attention to. Musically, surround myself with great musicians, and as well musicians that are humanistically open and not just coming and giving the job, done the job. No, because we hang out together, we take pictures, we have fun, we tour together. It doesn't matter to some people. To me, it does. For me, a skill that I have developed through the years is the ability to use your senses in different ways. So I've been in many, many different scenarios where you don't have any wedges, you have nothing. You're relying on yourself. So you have to use your eyes, and I used to tell my students this, use your eyes as your ears and your ears as your eyes. If you can't hear anything but a bass player, you're pretty good. So you can never get lost, and you have to watch for cues with other players. If you can't hear, or you're not able to see something on the floor and you need to change your sound, you're using the sense of touch. So I've definitely learned that. And another skill that has helped me, and for all you other singers out there, I memorize things very quickly. However, I will say this: when you handwrite or retype your lyrics so you can see the visual, that will help you memorize it quicker. So there's a connection that happens, and then you start to visualize that verse written on the page, and you go, oh, okay. So that works for me, and maybe that'll work for you too. And I think that what Fabrice was saying is that I used to be very caught up in the jazz world of getting the best player, the A-list, the top of the heap. And oftentimes it's
still
not
important.
Oh, of course. But there are those, like, no matter what, you want that person, but if you're not jiving with them,
Yeah, it's very hard.
and you feel awkward or tense, or you don't feel yourself, maybe it's not the right fit. Just like a pair of jeans, you know, they could cost $900 at Bloomingdale's, but they're not going to fit your ass.
Yeah.
So you get the jeans. It's like you shop for the pair of jeans till you find that piano player or that drummer, that bass player, where it just feels right. They have to have a humanistic component to their personality, and not just there, like you said, to draw a paycheck.
Yeah, because one thing we tend together to create unity, and to create unity, there's got to be a certain form of humanism in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we pay attention to that.
But it's chemistry. You'll feel it.
Yes.
That's why some of the greatest bands in the world are still together now. You know?
Yeah, so
unbelievable.
That's a few skills that we learn from.
I'm sure there are others, but those are ones that come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing I would say is, I hope you had fun.
Yes, fun is important. We play, we have fun doing it. So that's why we go to you, is to give you fun.
That's just on a fundamental level.
Important.
Now, there could be other levels. You might take away something in the lyric where you go, wow, I really connected with that message. Because not a lot of the songs, we have underlying messages about victory, overcoming obstacles, you know, that kind of thing. And anything that's positive and uplifting. So you might take that away, or you might take away, wow, the visuals are really cool.
Yeah, our clothes, the way we dress, or little detail. Some people dig when I wear that, because they're like, oh, even a friend of us is calling me bougie man.
Yeah.
It's like sparkle man. That's what it is. It's like, wow, that's cool. So anyway, whatever we do, hopefully that inspire. And then of course the playing, that's important too. Or maybe sound effect. Or maybe you got inspired. Maybe you get inspired somehow with a particular sound that we're doing, or a player that we have with us, and then the ultimate will be when you meet us, the one-on-one.
Yeah. When
we talk, when we share, when we laugh, you know, when we eat together, if we do, or whatever, or you write something to us, we respond. Anything.
Yeah, YouTube comment. I mean, there was a guy the other day that said something about, I played clarinet in high school, but I never played like that.
Wow.
Yeah, or something like that. But
so I think we try.
Thank you.
Yeah, we try to give it for everybody, but most of it is when we have fun, it's contagious, and when we enjoy being where we are in the present with you, then that's what matters to us. And you're gonna take many things. We're taking many things from meeting and from playing.
Well,
now. I do.
I look at it like teaching. I thought, oh, I've got a lot to pass on to these kids. Right. I learned more about me.
Yes.
They taught me way more than I could teach them.
That's a good spirit, absolutely.
I did it for 10 years, and they taught me so much.
Absolutely.
So I learn a lot from the audience. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And fans. So thank you. Well, this is a little bit of a complex answer, and the future is always expansive because it's unknown. However, we're both really big planners, And we like to map things out, whether it's going on a trip, whether it's, organizing our day or whatever, because time is the most valuable thing in the world. And I think as the Vignatis, as our group, our vision is and our plan is to release an album every year till 2030.
We're going to try.
Yeah. Pending any unexpected things that happen in there.
Well, so far we did 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 is coming up, okay?
Yeah.
Which is one is in the can. And then 26, we might throw a monkey wrench and do something a little bit different, like we did with the kids album.
Yeah, the children, volume 6.
Volume 6, yes. And then 27, maybe another type. Not electrobilly, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to do an electrobilly album. And then maybe 27, maybe a Christmas album. So, but we're planning, that's what we do. Because we think that the past is great, the present is very important, but the future is so exciting. That's where we draw our energy from. I don't know, when you meet us, you know how much energy we have. And that energy is drawn by the fact that we're excited about the future. So as artists, the Vignatis, Gypsy Billy, we like to do things that exciting us. And we found that growing is important, right?
Yeah.
Growth.
And I think resting on your laurels is probably one of the most detrimental things that you can do as a human. Is whatever you did back in high school, nobody cares now that you caught that pass in that high school homecoming game and whatever it is, but always moving forward and planning ahead, because we can't get that time back, but what you can do is utilize your time now in the present and for the future. So
yeah, and the growth, the point of the growth is that we grow as human being too. And so investing ourselves into the music gets us a tremendous growth, because we encounter challenges. And so, for example, like saying an album a year, that is plus the touring. So that's another part we want to add, is definitely more touring from 25 to 2030. Again, we have a goal until 2030 to a certain level, and we need help all the time. So
it's hard to
do both
and balance those things out. But I do think with regard to live performances and touring, it's not just about the performance. It's about going to people. It's the humanistic side, so that you connect with people, shake hands afterwards, talk with them. Even if you don't speak the same language, it doesn't matter. People feel it. So I think that human connection is so important right now, especially in the divisive world that we're in. So
and a tumultuous world we are, due to the fact that we're getting so many information. But going at the one-on-one is so important. And as musicians, as artists, we pay a lot of attention to that. And the future is to ourselves as artists, as human beings, to keep on developing that. So we do more, so we're more in tune with what we like.
A performance is a one-on-one.
Correct.
That one audience member is relating to you.
Yes.
And that one is relating to you.
That's
so
right.
it is a one-on-one connection.
And so definitely going out there. It's going to be a challenge. We know that the next 5 years are going to be difficult. But you got to expand, and you can't drop something to do something else. The key is to enlarge your life and becoming strong when it comes to more and more undertaking. So.
But if I don't have a challenge, if I don't have a project in front of me, it's as though I'm dead.
It's cool. We strive on that, you and me.
I know.
I love it.
I've been that way since I was a kid.
I need
to be busy all the time. Very difficult to relax for me, because it's almost like I'm wasting time, but that's not exactly healthy either.
So that's a little bit the plans we have. And of course, you involved in that plan, because going to see you, wherever you are
in this world, we will come to you.
We will come to you. That's the plan for the next 5 years. So I would say, number one, liberation of emotion. That's one of the most important, because the way that our world is going right now, communication is not as good as it used to be with humanistic wise. So in the music, as an artist, I get to express myself on an instrument, through the lyrics, through the idea, maybe pass on some ideas. that's one perks that I pay attention to. Because if I don't liberate my emotion, I'm not going to feel really good. So I pay attention to that. Another one is it's connecting with people. And when you're an artist, it's really a little bit much easier because you encounter people from different background, from different walk of different field professionally. So that I like, and that helps me to learn in the conversation different experience from different people from different culture. These are the main two perks for me. One more I would add is probably the fact that the guitar is an extension of my body. And so I'm so profoundly happy that I play an instrument, and so is my voice. I'm happy when I sing, and the two combined together. It's really the extreme thing. So that's really important for me. It's complete my character.
Back to the emotion thing. One of the perks is, not saying I do this, but as an artist, if you misbehave, oftentimes it can be excused. So that is a perk for sure. You know, you can make mistakes, and oftentimes they're overlooked. It is a sure way to be able to express and convey messages. And artists are people that change mindsets. It's not politicians. It's not the business world. It's artists that change people on the most human, fundamental level possible.
Culture.
That is a huge perk.
Yes.
And another perk of being an artist is that I can do it alone. I can write alone. I write in my head constantly. Then it goes to my iPhone, and then it will go to some kind of demo, and then like that. So,
and then to you.
And that's a big perk. But another big perk that I love is sometimes you get a lot of free stuff.
That's true. One message will be this: never give up. Why? Because it's one thing that, as human being, no matter who you are, what you do, what you think, your belief, that spirit of never give up helps tremendously.
It's where the victory is, and not getting to the finish line. That's not what I mean. The victory lies in continuing. It's the constant movement. And what happens is motion creates emotion. So the more you move, the more you don't give up, the extra step that you take, you're fueling yourself. I'm sure there's serotonin that is released as well to make you happier. But even in the midst of the deepest struggle that you have, you always have to move the finish line marker so that you will always have something in which to strive.
Yeah, as well. What's important for me, the never give up spirit, is that I'm going to get to where I want, and I'm going to get to where I decided I will go. And the road, I always appreciate the journey. To me, the journey has always been the essential element of it. The result is important.
Well,
absolutely.
Think about life.
Yes, but life is a journey. So
it's
for me,
one long journey.
Yes. So along that journey, there's sign, and that's never give up spirit. It's for me. It's always gonna pick me up, and it's always gonna make me stand up, and then do 1 more inch, 2 more inch. I like that. That's why that's one message that we try to in our music. I'm trying to put that into our music. I don't know if the people realize it,
yeah.
But it is immersed. Our music has a lot of that message in it, because look where we come from.
But even just combining it the way that we have,
yes,
is also
it was a struggle to do that. It's very hard,
and it still is a struggle, because some people are not connecting with it, or they don't get it, or they don't like it, or they do like it and don't know what to do with it. You know, who knows why? But What matters is you and how you feel. People who have a never give up spirit tend to be happier because that is always, it's reflective of internal hope.
Then we are happy. We are happy. Yeah. Yes. So the one message.
That's it right here.
It's right here. And you see, he says never, never, never 3 times. That's very important.